G'day Gooners, welcome back to the post-match pod. I'm here as always with my friend Cal. Cal, how are you?
Fantastic. I shouldn't say another Arsenal win because obviously we got the draw, but a win for Arsenal. I mean, top of the table, still 5 points clear of Man City. They had a insane game against Fulham. So, yeah, good to be up there. And yeah, it's good times.
Yeah, no, it was a pretty dominant display. I want to say from Arsenal, it was Arsenal Brentford. The score finished 2-0 at the Emirates. Goal scorers on the day were Mikel Merino and Bukayo Saka. Um, yeah, I guess we should probably just jump into it, shouldn't we? Our lineup was interesting from the get go.
Yep.
Mikel opted to rotate quite a bit. We
Yep.
saw Raya, Ben White come in, Mascara and Capie, which we expected. Calafiori, we expected. Zubimendi Rice Odegaard comes in for his first start in a long while. Madueke comes in for the
Yep.
start on the right hand side. Obviously, Marino retains his place as the number 9, and Martinelli gets a start on the left hand side. What were your general thoughts towards, I guess, maybe the lineup, but then also the game itself?
To be honest, I was surprised out of all the players that got rested, that Saka got rested because he hasn't played too much football this season. I feel like he needs games to sort of get back into that rhythm. But obviously he got the goal in the end, which is so good, and I think that will help his momentum going into that Aston Villa game. So yeah, I think another main thing for me, I was so happy when I saw Ben White on the team sheet because this guy he's probably the most unlucky player at Arsenal, to be honest. It's just so unfortunate that, well, not unfortunate, but unfortunate for him that Timber's just world class in his position. So he's been struggling for game time. He's had injuries as well, but I was very happy to see him and him on that right hand side. I feel like we've missed the sort of overlaps that he brought to the team. So it was definitely very good performance from him. Actually, what were your thoughts on his game?
100%. And I think more on Ben White. I've got a little bit of inside info. I'm not going to
Okay.
reveal my source, but you know who you are. Um, Ben White has been really struggling with his knee,
Yeah.
like badly. And I think what happened was a few seasons ago when Timber had done his ACL, Ben White had been playing a lot, carrying an existing injury, but we had no other option, so he had to play. And then what's happened obviously after that, he's had the surgery to get better, but he's still really struggling with it, I think. So I don't think it's necessarily he's not being preferred to Timber, although I think
Mm.
if they were to go one on one, I think Arteta probably would lean towards Timber. I just think that although he's been fit and on the bench, I don't think he's been able to complete the amount of load that Arteta and obviously Ben White himself would have liked to been able to achieve. So it was great to see him play. We definitely did miss his overlapping runs.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even just necessarily say the overlapping runs. I just think more the movement off the ball is so
Yep.
important to the way that we were successful when we were, I guess, at our best flow.
Yep.
With him, obviously, him, Saka, and Odegaard on that right hand side, and just they were just rotating and dictating games so often for us, especially in that 2022-2023 season. So, yeah, no, it was great to see him alongside Odegaard in there. I thought both of them had really good games. Again, I'm not sure if I'm just surrounding myself with really anti Odegaard people, but the amount of group chats I had in that said that he didn't play well, I just can't see it.
Yeah.
I just can't for the life of me. Like in my opinion, if you know football, you know that
Yeah.
Odegaard is a real top
I
footballer,
think I
and
think
it's
that's the reason, like, because obviously people just see that on paper. Like, look at Verts this season; he's been getting slandered because he's not getting goals and assists, but that's just not what Odegaard is known for. Like, yeah, he comes up with beautiful assists, beautiful goals. He had that season where he scored 15 league goals, which is incredible to look back on. But he just does, like, for the casuals, like, they're not going to understand that he dictates dictates the tempo of the game. Like, everything is controlled by him. And again, like you said, it takes someone to actually who knows football to actually see that. And unfortunately, I think people that don't watch Arsenal week in week out are just never going to understand that. But at
But
least we
brother,
do.
even people that do watch Arsenal, I just think maybe it's a stylistic thing. They prefer
Yeah,
the Eze type of number 10 who just will be close to a striker and will take on a few man and stick the ball in the top corner. Yeah, obviously that's nice. I would like all our players to do that. But I just think that when we lose Odegaard in the center of the pitch and obviously to the right hand side, we lose so much productivity and so much creativity just in general. And I think that him being back in the team, like we just looked all of a sudden like we could create chances again. And I don't think it's any like coincidence that as soon as he comes back in the team, Ben White, obviously, of course, that we were actually, I don't know, I want to say the phases of play and there was more, I guess, like it seemed like they had rehearsed different movement patterns, like attacking movement patterns and different, I'm trying to look for a phrase like patterns of play, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Like the amount of times there was rotation centrally, the ball went out to Ben White, and Ben White had a chance to pull it back. There was a few times where he sort of blindly tried to pass it back, and there was a few that I think there was one that he just sort of hit into the side netting, but it was supposed to be a cross, and then obviously the goal came from that situation as well. So like after 10 minutes, ball comes out, I think from Odegaard to Noni Madueke. Noni sort of sees that Ben White's flying past him and does a little, I guess, sort of a Cruyff turn, a bit of a little of an L turn, a little drag back and a sort of flick towards Ben White, who crosses, and Merino there again. It's unbelievable, this guy this season. I mean, this year even, he's just so productive. And like, I don't know what you think about this, Cal, but like the actual goal itself, like I watched Merino's movement and he checked his run. He sort of gets away from Pinnock like a proper number 9 would. And the header was exactly pinpoint in the way that is what you're coached as a kid, as when you're a number 9 and you're trying to score a goal from ahead, you want to head the ball down. And usually usually you want to head it the way it came, but he didn't. He sort of just brushed his head. It was a great
He's good at guiding those sort of headers, isn't he?
100%, 100%. And that was genuinely one of my favorite goals of the season, just the way it happened. I thought the football that we played was so good. What did you think about it, man?
Yeah, it was brilliant. I do think we wasted a lot of chances, especially in the second half, like a lot of chances, but it'll come with time. Obviously Odegaard coming back in will be more fluid, but just on that goal, I think Merino, like he's just such a smart footballer. Like he doesn't look out of place up front, doesn't he? Like there are a few games where he does, that game against Sunderland wasn't great, but he looks so natural in that position. Like even just to get the header and head it downwards as well. Like that's what you're taught as a striker, to head it downwards so it doesn't go over the bar. So yeah, he's a number 9 for me at this point. Like honestly, I was really surprised before the game that Gyökeres didn't start, because obviously he had that cameo, and then I thought Merino would drop into midfield, but it's hard for Gyökeres to get back in this team. I don't know what your thoughts are on this, but if Merino keeps scoring, like you have to keep him there, right?
I think that, I mean, we've spoken at length about Gyökeres, and I personally believe that Arteta wanted Šeško in the summer. Like, I didn't think Gyökeres was the first choice. The reason being is because he's always opted for more false 9 like number 9s. And whilst Šeško is definitely a number 9 and nothing else, his ability to dribble and to sort of drop deep and bring others into the game is so much stronger than I would say Gyökeres is. And so when I look at the strikers that Mikel has brought in, obviously Jesus is known for being able to drop in and sort of create, and he could even come so deep, like as deep as a central midfielder to play and to turn. And I think that's what you do get with Mikel Merino. Like he's often in our build-up phase as well as in our final phase. He's there with Zubimendi and with Declan Rice, getting the ball off the keeper and keeping the ball and I guess circulating the ball in a way that a central midfielder would, because he by trade is a central midfielder. So there's a lot of pluses to the way that Mikel Merino plays. I think long term Arteta will opt for a more natural number 9, just because I just think the physical attributes that Gyökeres has and a firing Jesus has outweighs the physical attributes that Merino has.
Yeah. Did you know that in the game against Bayern, Merino he ran the most kilometers in the whole game? Did you see that stat?
I didn't, but really, it doesn't surprise me. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
It's crazy, right? Because obviously as a number 9, you probably do like some of the least running in the team. I mean, you look at Haaland, he kind of just stands there. Like, obviously he makes those runs, but just on your point about Arteta, probably wanting Sesko because he prefers false nines. I understand where you're coming from, but in a way, because we saw Pep do the same thing. Pep preferred false nines, and then he brought Haaland in,
True.
and it changed the way they play. Who knows? Maybe Arteta had a plan for Gyökeres. Maybe it's been halted a little bit because of his injuries. We might see it later in the season. It's just another sort of trick we have up our sleeves, having different types of strikers. It's really good to see because obviously Marino probably drops deeper, more natural midfielder. Jesus a bit more flair. Gyökeres is just brute, strong force, and obviously Havertz is kind of like awkward sort of mix of all of them really. But it's going
Yeah.
to be it's a luxury to have all these players, and obviously they're all going to be back soon. Jesus obviously on the bench again, no minutes, but they'll come. They'll come. It's actually kind of good that we're taking more time with him. So yeah. Rest of the half. What did you make of the rest of the half, and who do you think was our best player from that first half?
Good question. I think that we looked pretty dangerous, especially in that first 20, 30-minute period. I thought Madueke looked very dangerous out on that right-hand
Yeah.
side. His feet are magical at times. His end product is questionable at times as
Yeah.
well, but I think that comes with rhythm and that comes with minutes. Um, I thought Ben White played really well. I thought
Yeah.
Odegaard played really well. Um, I thought more generally we just sort of dominated the game in a way that we haven't seen for a while, and we seemed more calm on the ball. It was a shame that obviously Mosquera had to come off
Yeah.
injured after just before the second half finished. Sorry, just before the first half finished. Um, what else happened? I'm trying to think. We had some good, I guess, build up play. Marino sort of got the ball in the half turn, found Declan Rice on the left hand side, who drilled the ball across goal into Madueke, but I think
Oh
Rico
yeah.
Henry got a foot in. But and on Rico Henry, it's always good to give the other team some props. I thought he had a great game.
Yep.
He's I'm not sure if you know about Rico Henry, but he in the championship was a massive player for Brentford, had massive hopes coming in, young left back at the time. I actually thought, having spoken with a lot of my Brentford friends or Brentford fan friends, that he could have made probably England or thereabouts in terms of how good he was coming up the ranks as a left back. But unfortunately, he's been terribly unlucky with injuries. I think ACLs have really caught him at bad times, and yeah, I think this was only the second start he's had in the last year or something crazy like
He
that.
did well. I didn't know that, but considering that he did really well.
He did
Um,
really well, yeah.
I think we also need to give credit on the other side of the pitch. Raya, world class save, point blank header, and he just sticks his hand up and just flicks it. I mean, it could have been a completely different game if they get a goal back. We've seen, previous seasons where a goal up and then kind of drop off the pace a little bit and let them back into the game. But Raya he just is a difference maker. It's so good to have a keeper there that just keeps you in the game like that. But yeah,
100%, man, 100%. And the amount of criticism that he got, especially when he came in, and
yeah,
everything that happened with Aaron Ramsdale. And listen, love Rambo, what a guy! But it's very clear that Raya is just a superior keeper in almost every single way. It's just a shame he's not 6'5" like Donnarumma. But
yeah,
he helps us build up. He takes risks, arguably too many at times, but and he's just a brilliant shot stopper. And
yeah,
I think something that I heard, I think it was Joe Hart doing analysis on the goalkeeping situation. His feet are so quick, so he doesn't actually have to be tall because he's got a great leap. And he always,
yeah,
like, instead of taking a few big steps, he takes loads of little steps. So his ability to move on that line and to just react to things is so much better. We've seen so many saves that he's done. I know Ollie
yeah,
Watkins had like a double header
yeah,
that he managed to get to. I think there was another penalty situation. I'm pretty sure in the chat, I want to say in the Champions League, that he sort of made a double save. He's a world class keeper at this stage, and I think
yeah,
the biggest compliment you can give to him is most of the time he has nothing to do. So
yeah,
it's when he then has something that he needs to do, that having the concentration to be able to pull off a save or be able to claim a ball from a cross, something like that, that only the best teams will have, because their keeper doesn't get involved that often during games because the team has the ball most of the time. So yeah,
yeah,
massive credit to him. Yeah, top save, really, really good save. I don't think it's been talked about enough actually, but it was a
yeah.
great save. And yeah, we go into the half 1-0 up.
Yeah. It was pretty good half. I don't think the second half probably wasn't as good. We'll get on to that. Um, but yeah, second half. just repeated myself, but
Oh, pardon
yeah,
me.
we kind of
Oh.
just dropped off the pace a little bit. I don't know, what do you think happened? Like it looked like we are kind of just cruising a bit, and then as the minutes went by, it was like I was like, oh, we're gonna get a goal soon, like I was confident, and then like 5 minutes goes by, 60th minute, 70th minute, and you're like, right, when's the goal gonna come? 80th minute, and you're like I'm confident we're still gonna grind this out, but all it takes is one counter attack, and it's 1-1, and it's a completely different story on the day. So. Obviously, Saka, Eze came on. Played left wing. You're a big advocate for that. How do you think
Yeah,
he
I
went
loved
in
it.
that position? And do you want to see him play there on Saturday?
Yeah, I think what we haven't seen him is there enough. He only got what 20 odd minutes,
Yeah,
but I think we just did look threatening from both sides when Eze and Saka are out on the wings and Odegaard's dictating in the center of the pitch. I think that is where we're going to see the best of us. And Eze drifts as well. He drifts more
yeah.
central. He occupies number 10 areas, but more on the left hand side than on the right hand side, which is great. Uh, it also means that Calafiori has an interesting role because he has to sort of feed in off what Eze's doing and move in accordance with Eze's movement. And we created an unbelievable chance through, I think it was a line breaking pass from Odegaard, sort of a quite little disguised one through the lines
Yeah.
to Calafiori, who then drove into the opponent's box, sort of did a little fake shot onto his right foot, hit a good shot, which was saved. And then Saka missed almost an open goal from it.
Should have scored
Uh,
that. Like there was
Definitely
like
should have scored
three
that.
of three of those. Obviously, Madueke in the first half. There was a Marino one as well where he just couldn't quite find his feet. Saka one as
Yeah,
well. It was a bit disappointing. I feel like we were lucky we had the goal buffer because I feel like it would have been, again, as I said, a completely different story. But obviously, in the end, the goal came. Beautiful ball from Marino, and just on Marino as well. 30 goals and assists in the calendar year, I believe. That's just
yeah,
insane, right? Like
yeah. It's
for a
outrageous. It's
midfielder
outrageous.
playing out of position as a striker for one of the biggest clubs in the world. Like obviously, I know some of those goals were for Spain as well. That hat trick against Turkey was just incredible. But yeah, would you say that he was man of the match? Because honestly, I'd probably give it to Ben White.
Yeah, I think Ben White actually got it
Yeah,
on the day. Yeah, there were a few really good performers out there. I think Ben White was definitely one of them. I thought Madueke's first half performance probably granted some credit. I thought Odegaard in patches was very, very good. I think what you get with Odegaard, and I don't want to continuously talk about him and his involvement, but what I will say about him is that we don't have to necessarily like when you have your foot on the neck, like snap. Like he gives you control. Like you don't have we can play a backwards pass, you can play a sideways pass and just keep the ball for 10 minutes with him on the
yeah,
pitch and not feel nervous that you're going to concede a goal. Because I didn't at all.
yeah,
I genuinely didn't believe at any point during that game that we were going to concede. Whereas against Sunderland, I believed we were going to concede. You
yeah.
know what I mean? Against Chelsea, I believed we were going to concede a goal. So yeah, he just gives us such a level of control and makes me far more relaxed watching Arsenal when he's on the pitch than when he's not on the pitch. So I thought he had a good game. But yeah, Ben White for me was probably the best performer. But I mean, Marino, you can't really look past him. Goal and assist, we went
Yeah.
2-0. So yeah, a lot of good performances in there. Nothing too spectacular, but we got the job done, and that's the most important thing. We go away with
That's it.
three
Yeah.
points and a clean sheet. Simple as that.
3 points is the most. That's the only thing I care about. I don't care. I do care how we get it though, because obviously I want to play well because we didn't play too good against Chelsea, and I think we did see that today in patches. We weren't great, but we did get the job done, and I think just having a lot of the ball will help us a lot in the future games because Chelsea, like, we couldn't string together three passes, but today we're bouncing it back and stuff. So it was good to see. Um, but yeah, that was pretty much the game. Obviously, Saka finished it off at the end. Just got it in. Unlucky from Kelleher. Goal line technology obviously came into play. Got the goal. Great to see Saka get a goal as well. Just always, I mean, star boy, like, makes like the game way
You got
calmer when he scores.
you got the
Huh?
score right, didn't you? You guessed 2-0.
No, you you gaslighted me into picking 4-0. You told me to go for it, remember? I was gonna say
Gaslighted
2-0.
you.
I was gonna
Gaslighted you. Yeah, of course.
I was
Of
gonna
course,
go
that's my
2-0.
fault.
I was gonna go 2-0, and then George said to go 4-0, and I thought we were gonna get it done, but Yeah, unfortunately, I guess you take this week because you're closer. But yeah, it probably should have been 4-0 to be honest. So it wasn't a bad shout.
100%.
But yeah, that was pretty much the game. We'll do player ratings on the TikTok and stuff probably today when this video comes out. So stay tuned for that. I'll be on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, all that stuff. But yeah, Aston Villa on the weekend, 11:30 p.m. kickoff. Like it's class time. Like it's so good. Um,
It's very good, Cal, and it's also my birthday. So
oh,
let's hope the
okay,
boys
okay,
produce for the big
nice.
26. Yeah, I know. I'm
Let's
getting on a little
go.
bit. I'm getting on. 26 years old, crazy. But let's hope the boys produce for me because we really need 3 points in this one, and it's not an easy game at all.
No, it's not. I mean, we haven't played too bad against Villa away in previous seasons. The first thing that comes to my mind was that three. Correct me if I'm wrong. That 3-1 win where Martinelli had that open goal at the end. Good times. Couple see maybe 22, 23, 1-0 with that Saka volley, I believe. So we've had good games there, but also we've had they're kind of like a sort of bogey
They
team for
stopped us.
us. Yeah, exactly. That's
They
what I
stopped
was
us
gonna
winning the
say.
league.
They stopped us winning the league. Yeah, so yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna be. It's.
that
I
was a
mean,
horrible day, mate. I
all
was
credit
there.
to
That
them.
was a
Oh,
horrible
really?
day.
Yeah, all credit to them.
Horrible.
They are a good team, obviously led by their coach, ex Arsenal. I don't know why he couldn't do it at our club, but I guess it worked out in the long run because Arteta's probably better. But yeah, definitely good game. How do you see Villa setting up? Do you reckon they'll come at us?
Good question. Well, just for I guess for starters, they've actually won their last five in their last six games in the Premier League,
Well,
Villa. So they're on a good run. Um, and they beat Man City. Yeah,
yeah,
they
they
beat Man
did. Yeah.
City 1-0. The only team they lost to in the last six was Liverpool. They lost 2-0 to them. Marlon is their top scorer, ex-Arsenal Academy, if you didn't know
Oh,
that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he came through the Arsenal Academy. Donnell Marlin. Obviously
All
Morgan
knowledge.
Rogers. Morgan Rogers still on three. And also
Quality
Emmy
player.
Oh, brilliant. And Emmy Buendia also on three, which is crazy because I actually thought he was going to leave. He went on loan last season, and there was a time period where we could have got Emmy Buendia. He was very much linked to us when he was at Norwich. Good player, really technically gifted midfielder. Um, yeah, no, they can cause problems for
Yeah.
sure. I know I say that about every single opponent, but I guess that is the Premier League, and it's sort of a testament to how good the level is. But um, yeah, they usually set up in a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3. Um, I want to say Kamar, no, Onana, usually at the base. They've got Yuri Tielemans, who's a quality player.
John
Um,
McGinn. I feel like he
John
always causes
McGinn,
us problems. I don't.
yeah,
Always seems
John
to cause us problems.
McGinn.
So
He's got the bunda of dreams. That guy just sticks his bum up into all our players, and it manages to turn very strong player. Um, yeah, Ollie Watkins, who
Lee
hasn't been on the
Watkins.
best of
Yeah,
form, but he
he
did score
scored.
two in their last
Yeah, he
game, I
scored two
think. Yeah,
goals. Can I just say as well? I'm looking at the table. I'm really surprised with this, but Aston Villa are third. They're one
yeah,
point behind City, so this is a huge game for them in the context of the league. So they're going to be well up for it. So we've got to make sure we play very well. We need to be up for it as well. I feel like in the Chelsea game, Chelsea were more up for it than we were. We've got to go into
100%.
this game and we got to fire up. We can't play sort of lackluster, slow. We need to be quick. We need to be exciting. So hoping we can see that. Should we do our lineups for the game? Because obviously a lot of injuries. I haven't been able to see who's back. I feel like Arteta never really
Nah,
reveals who's going to be back. So um,
yeah.
I'm just going to do based off what I don't think Trossard and Saliba are going to be back, unless you disagree or you think you heard anything from
Well,
sources.
firstly, no, I don't know, but also Declan Rice came off with a knock. I mean, I'm sure he'll be fine,
I
but
think it'll
that
be
was a bit
okay.
of a worry. Well, we haven't really spoken about Yuri and Timber playing as a centre back, but the guy
Oh
actually,
yeah,
out, out of all our centre backs, I'm actually most relaxed when he's playing there. Does that
yeah,
sound
yeah.
ridiculous?
No,
He's
no,
just the
no.
most.
He's such a calm player. So I mean, I don't blame you at all. Like he's one of those players that when he has the ball, like you're so confident in him. And, I mean, I was saying the same thing about White, but like he is also a centre back. Like, he plays centre back for Netherlands alongside Van Dijk. Van Dijk quality centre back. So he has
Yeah,
experience playing alongside one of the best, if not probably the best centre back in the world. Maybe not this season, but that's got to account for something. And we'll do our lineups because I'm interested to see what your back four is. I feel like we probably will have the same.
Yeah.
So I'll let you go first for this one.
Well, going by what we know, obviously
Yeah.
Raya retains his place in goal. I would go Ben White keeping his place at
Yep.
right back. I'd go Timber, Hincapié, and Calafiori.
Yep.
I don't think we have really many other options. I think, yeah, obviously Miles could come in, but I actually think
You
Calafiori
could
had a great game.
you could put White centre back and Timber right back, but I think the way that
Nah,
White played against I mean this morning, I think you have to keep it there. And Timber played well as well, but it is another option if Arteta wants to do that, but I don't see that happening. So yeah, I probably agree with
for
that back
sure,
four. Yeah.
for sure. I thought Hincapié also had a good game. Actually, I thought he was
Yeah.
very aggressive, won the ball quite a few times, and yeah, no, actually thought our whole back line did very well. Um, yeah, I'd go Zubimendi, Rice, Odegaard,
Same here. Yep.
Saka, Marino, Eze is what I'd
Yep.
do.
Same here. Yep.
Yeah.
Do you see a world where Marino gets dropped for Gyökeres or not? Because
Yes, I think there is a world where that could happen,
I
but
feel like it's so harsh though.
yeah, I think what will happen is we'll build up Gyökeres's minutes.
Yeah, I think
There's a
so.
lot of games, a
And
lot of games to play, and you don't want to re-injure. I mean, we're starting to see all our backline now get injured after
yeah,
we
it
spent
just happens
what.
in clusters, doesn't it? Like
It's
it's
crazy,
ridiculous.
mate.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy, but yeah, no, it could happen. It could easily happen actually, but I don't know. Away at Villa Park, hard place to go. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm at the state where I trust whatever they need to do.
Yeah. I
I
think
trust Arteta.
yeah, the really good thing about having Marino as a striker as well, because he doesn't even need to be subbed off. It's not like a straight swap for Gyökeres. Like you can take off a
Ooh,
midfielder and then
excuse
you
me.
can take off. We saw it today. He took off a midfielder and put Gyökeres on, and then Marino just drops in. Like it's so good because then it gives Marino a different role. And I think also we must mention as well, Marino to play that game, score a goal as a number nine, and then see out the game as a sort of as an eight, I guess, and sort of playing defensive
Yeah,
as well. It's just so incredible how his mind can just switch like that. Like, oh, I don't know if you're the same. Oh, you are a midfielder, but when I play striker, right, because I also play a bit of midfield as well. I find it so hard when I'm playing up front, and then near the end of the game, I've got to swap into midfield. I find it hard to adjust. Obviously, that's probably why I didn't make it at Arsenal. Marino did, but it's just so impressive to me. I don't know what you think about that, but just play two positions like that and just be so focused on the task at hand. It's a credit to him, really.
yeah. He's a very smart player, but you got to think like when he plays for Spain, they're so fluid in the way they move,
Yeah,
and the formations that they play and the lack of formations, I guess, is that he's probably always switching in between playing as a
yeah,
six, playing as an eight, playing as a 10, playing as a winger. Do you know what I mean? Like he's always
yeah,
moving around in different areas of the pitch. So yeah, no, it's extremely impressive. But I think he's just got the brain for it. He's a very very smart footballer, as we've said many times. So. He just keeps impressing me more and more, I guess, with when it comes to Marino. I think that uh, when he first came in, he obviously got unlucky with the injury that he suffered in training with Big Gabby landing on him. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with me today. It seems like I'm like
so,
yawning and like I'm bored of you speaking. I promise you that's not the case. Um,
so,
just a little bit on the tired side, but no, yeah, he's brilliant. He's brilliant. He's really pleasantly surprised me. And I still do find him a little bit awkward when he plays in midfield. I don't think he turns
yeah,
very well. I don't think he there's a lot of things that I don't particularly like about this game. But when he plays as a nine, his work rate's second to none. He brings other people into the game. He does drop in and pick the ball up deep and bring others into the game. But he also finishes chances. And
yeah.
as a
He looks
striker,
natural.
that
He
is
looks
what you,
natural with it as well. That's the thing. He doesn't look
yeah,
awkward at all. He looks natural. I think
100%.
another thing with Marino as well. Just saying, it's so fascinating to see because obviously when he's playing as a nine, it's not really a nine. Like he is playing almost a midfield position at times, but it's so weird when he's playing as a nine but dropping into midfield. He looks better as a midfielder when he's a nine rather than when he's playing as a midfield. I don't know. Do you
Very
get what I
true.
mean? Like, I don't understand
100%.
why that is, but we've said it before. He is the most confusing footballer in our team, probably a bit of an agent of chaos, if you want to call it that. So obviously, always good to have that up our sleeves. But should we get into some score predictions?
Let's do it.
All right. Who went first last time? I think you did, right?
I went first. Yeah,
Okay.
sure go.
Okay. Aston Villa away. I do think they will get a goal. I think they'll just nick one. So, but I think we will play pretty comfortable, but I think they'll just get one maybe. So I'm gonna go 2-1. 2-1 Arsenal. I was going to say 3-1, but I'm going to say 2-1.
Yeah, I was also going to go 2-1, but
Okay.
because you went 2-1, I'll go 2-0. I think we're
You
going
got
to keep
to
clean sheet.
you got to go 4-0, surely.
I'm not going to be gassing it into that.
Oh,
No
watch
way.
it be 4-0 now as well, now that we've said that.
I hope so. I hope so. I hope we're
That'll
all
be
wrong and
class.
it's
That'll
10
make a
nil.
statement as well. So, yeah, obviously, huge game. And just for the context of the league as well, um, who have City got this weekend? Let's just check here. They have Sunderland, but Man City are at home. So, could be a tough game. We saw Sunderland this morning take a point off Liverpool at home. Probably a bit easier than Man City, but I'm hoping Sunderland, Granit Xhaka can do something for us, help us out. But it could be this is a bit of a six-pointer, you know. If Man City drop points, we could. I mean, Chelsea are 3 points behind Villa as well. Obviously, they lost against Leeds. Couldn't build off their 1-1 win against us
Brilliant.
to build their momentum. So, yeah, very big game. Could go to 36 points, 15 games, just incredible. So, looking forward to it. I'm really excited. I love. Obviously, not good for the players, but as a fan, being able to watch Arsenal like every 3-4 days, it's just class. Obviously,
Yeah, it's unreal.
great time of year. So, yeah, I think that's all we have time for, I think, today. But yeah,
100%, man.
thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you leave your comments as well. We're going to try and answer all the questions on the podcast. If not, we'll answer them on Instagram stories, that kind of thing as well. Obviously, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe as well. But yeah, that's all from me. Hope you have a good day, Gooners.